Sure. So it could have easily been a knockout.
Bro, you're talking out both sides. On one side, wait, let me finish, bro. Come on. You can't keep cutting me off every time I
didn't cut you off. Talk, nigga.
You talk. Dog, you didn't cut me off?
No.
Rewind that tape. What up, and Still TV in the building, coming at y'all with another one, y'all. So check it out. We're about to have the debate between Wilder versus Fury. Now, normally we on here laughing, we on here joking, we on here having a little fun. This one may get a little more serious, all right? So if you've been following boxing over the last year, you know all the controversy surrounding Wilder versus Fury. We're going to debate it, all right? And we actually have a difference in opinion. So stick around. I want y'all to tell us what y'all think in the comment section. But first, cue the intro.
I'm handsome, I'm bad, I'm pretty, and can't possibly be beat.
Man, we just gonna get right to it this time. I promise. I'm living in a prophecy. And I feel ain't nobody hot as me. Ain't nobody strong as we. I'm flexing on your heroes. I'm working on your prodigy. Stay away from envy, boy. That haters suck the strong to see. I think I might have came too strong on that. And they might think it's something wrong with that. Let me take it back.
And still.
Yo, Aaron!
Quick!
Welcome back, YouTube. All right, we got a hot topic here, man. So,
Super hot.
So I'm going to give y'all a little background. So last week, we had a little fight party for Tyson. You know, everybody's laughing and joking. And Aaron and I started talking about Wilder Fury.
Hold up. We had a fight party and then damn near got into a fight.
Yeah, it got ugly. We made everybody uncomfortable. Start getting loud, going back and forth. It's a hot topic, man. Hey, so just to let you know, I spent a lot of time listening to the LDBC, Lions Den Boxing Community, and New Media. So I've heard all of the different, accusations and, possibilities, and also the stuff that's been proven already. Whereas Aaron is in the ring. He's actually sparring, and he's getting hit in the face. So when he give you that perspective, that's what he's giving you the real deal. So he probably hasn't heard all the things I've heard. And
I already know I haven't.
Yeah, but at the same time, so our conversations about Wilder started long ago back in the gym. Everybody was hype on Wilder. Neither one of us are big on Wilder. We're not even big on heavyweights in the first place. Yeah. But as far as Wilder goes, we said, he's not a good boxer. The usual that everybody says.
Yeah, the lack of skill is
But he has a puncher's chance against anyone, right? So the first fight, we both agreed that Wilder lost that fight. Fury won, despite the knockdowns, right? So going into the second fight, did I bet you?
Yeah, you bet on Wilder.
Yeah, so last minute, I think I was like, man, I don't know how Wilder keeps doing it. I think he might get Fury this time. So I bet 20 on Wilder.
I think it was 50, but all right.
No, it was 20. You've been paid. So coming into the fight, Fury's like way bigger, and I say more muscular, but I'm not thinking about any of that. So when Fury just bulldozes Wilder and demolishes him, right? I'm like, damn, that was much different than what I expected. I was like, but damn, all right, so, maybe Fury's just that good. So I didn't think anything of it, even though I will say this. Before all the glove stuff came out, I was wondering how his punches were so effective because it looked like his hand was open the whole fight when he was landing punches. But I still didn't think of anything as far as cheating. I didn't know the history of Fury either other than the failed drug test. I knew about that, but I didn't know about all the other glove stuff. So it got kind of heated when we started talking about, what was it, the third fight?
Yeah, so if there is a third fight and, Fury ducking a third fight and things of that nature. And a lot of the things I agreed with you on where we split was the fact that Wilder, I don't think any of this stuff matters too much.
And what I'm saying to you is, you saying it doesn't matter on the outcome, right, of the fight. You think Tyson would have beat Wilder regardless.
Oh, he definitely would have beat Wilder regardless.
And what I'm saying to you is, I don't care about the outcome of the fight. What I'm saying is, if you cheated, you cheated.
I get that. Get that. Now, if he cheated and they prove it.
It's all like this. From what I've seen with the gloves, as far as video and photos, It's proven he's cheated with the gloves,
It's-
and he's done that multiple times. Background: he came in with his thumb detached. They had to get a new glove. Another time, he paid $5,000 to get a different set of gloves, the Reyes gloves, which are less padding. And his opponent didn't have it, even though he's supposed to have the same gloves. He was like, "Nah, you can't get them. It's too late."
Right.
So he fought the guy. I think his name was McDermott, with the lighter glove. All right. So then, and it was in both fights. You could see his knuckles in the wrist area. You could see the glove flapping, right, like this. So he's basically hitting him with his fist in the wrist area. That's why he was doing that slap. It looked like a slap, but his fist was really hitting him there. See what I'm saying? So if you cheated, I don't care that you. Well, I care that you won. You should be banned from boxing, honestly.
Well,
but get that man his third fight. That's all I'm saying.
Well, so here's what has to happen. If we just go by the rules, right? And I'm gonna get to Wilder because one of the biggest issues I have with Wilder, I'm gonna get to in a second. If the man cheated and it's proven, then whoever the sanctioning body was, whoever, I don't know, was it the WBC or?
But they're not even investigating. And the WBC was a commissioner, Mauricio.
Yeah.
He came out and said that Wilder's a good friend of mine and all of this stuff. He wouldn't do this, and he keeps protecting. I mean, not Wilder, Fury.
Right.
He's protecting Fury. They're not even going to investigate.
Okay.
So if you're not even going to investigate, and you say it's not possible yet, since this is probably in the last month, it's been 2 or 3 issues with people coming in with illegal gloves.
Okay. So let me ask you this. The first fight, do you think he cheated in the first fight, or not even do you think all this footage that we're seeing with the gloves from the second fight, was that in the first fight as well?
It was a different situation in the first fight. I think one fight had the lesser padding, and then the other fight was more, you could see the fist in the wrist area.
Lesser padding.
Yeah. Like you could see.
So did they check his gloves after the fight or something?
Listen,
I'm
as
trying
far
to
as
figure
the checking gloves, right?
I'm trying to figure out how they
But
found that.
who are you relying on for checking gloves?
You're supposed to actually, the other team is supposed to check your gloves when they wrap your hands.
So
That's when they're supposed to check all that.
well, what I'm
So
saying
that's actually
is,
on Wilder's team, bro.
it may be, but if it was if it wasn't a fair playing field, regardless of how it happened, who didn't catch it, you cheated. I don't care how it happened, you cheated. And the commission is supposed to be there to look at the gloves too, but they're probably in on it.
I got you, but it has to be proven. That's my thing.
But how you going to prove it if the people that's supposed to prove it won't even investigate it?
I can't control none of that. My
But
thing
that's-
is this:
but
you
what-
got
But
it.
can you control your eyes? What you saw? That's what I'm asking.
First of all, in the first fight, I didn't see no cheating, and I seen a man get his ass whooped, and that fight wasn't close. You know it, and I know it. All right.
I didn't see him get his ass whooped. I saw him losing rounds.
The fight, okay. You didn't. So we can, because
But like this.
Wait.
He lost.
Hold
He
on.
lost the boxing match, and Wilder actually won the fight because I would rather be Wilder as far as
Okay.
I didn't get floored twice.
Let me finish.
Go
Let
ahead.
me finish. First of all, I don't care if I get floored twice. If I win the fight, I win the fight. All right. Wait.
You said he whooped his ass. That didn't happen.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna get to that, bro. You gotta stop cutting me off.
Go ahead.
When I say you got your ass whooped, that's a Canelo versus Floyd Mayweather type of thing. If you get thoroughly outboxed, you get your ass whooped in there. That's boxing.
I got
All right? You think an ass whoop like a street fight, you got floored. No, in boxing, if you get thoroughly outboxed, we call that
I
getting
think
your ass whooped.
the only way to describe that fight is Tyson Fury won on points. I wouldn't.
He dominated that fight from a boxing standpoint. That's where I'm coming from.
How do you dominate a fight and you get floored twice?
If you win 10 rounds out of 12 convincingly, and even the second time, wait, let me finish, bro. Even the second time he got floored, got up and started whooping Wilder's ass in that round as well. Yes, you dominated that fight.
Still a 10-8 round. 2 10-8 rounds and you dominated.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
and-
Because if you count
and-
the other 10,
And we can go back and look at the fight. I want to look at those first maybe 4 or 5 rounds
that's
again.
fine. We can look
And I
at them joints
guarantee
all
you won't
want.
be like, he won that. It was an easy round. Easy round to call.
That's not, I'm not talking about each round individually. What I'm saying is that if
You
you
just
win,
said he won 10 rounds. And
He
I'm
did
telling
win
you,
10 rounds.
I'm telling you, he
He
might
did.
have won 8.
okay. Listen, Tyson Fury thoroughly outboxed this man both times.
Okay.
No doubt about it.
I agree there. Other than the 2 knockdowns.
Both
But-
times. So when I say
but-
you got your ass whooped, if you get
So-
outboxed like that,
hold
you
on.
getting your ass whooped.
So we didn't even get to the other. So that's where it really got heated too. When we start talking about the suit, the water.
Oh, and that's what I was gonna get to next.
Yeah.
Because remember the point I made about
was that?
Fury, right? So if you beat this man 2 times, if that's how it goes down in the record books, as you beating him 2 times, right? Let's just say cheating aside, and I know we're
But
gonna pick that up.
That's not what went down the record books though. It was a draw, then a win.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A draw and then a win. You agreed he won the first fight. If I'm Fury, I'm saying, okay, I clearly outboxed you the first time, knocked you out the second time. All right. All you hear from Wilder and his team is a different excuse damn near every week. One was about the suit. Hang on. One's about the water. Talking about something, his water was spiked.
When I first heard the suit shit, I said, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear that, right? So when it came with the water, that made me think, okay. And when I heard him talk about it, I heard Wilder talk about it. He was like, my body never felt right the whole fight. Like, my mind was there, but I just felt like I couldn't move my body.
He was moving his body. He's just getting his ass whooped.
Hold on. But he was like, for him to fire his trainer, he said he thinks something's wrong with his water, and also that the trainer threw the towel in after he had orders to not throw the towel in, even though I thought it was a good stoppage. So for him to really feel that way means he feels that way. And for this to be your champion, and if he tells you these things and you see the pictures with the gloves, why not just investigate? How hard is that?
I'm not denying that. I'm not saying someone shouldn't be investigating.
But what you're doing is you're by making those statements, oh, I'm sick of him complaining, or he keeps making up excuses. That's what they want you to say. That's why they keep coming up with stuff that he didn't even say. They keep adding stuff that he didn't even say to make it seem like he just keep complaining.
This is the issue with that. When you can't box, I can see it. Wait. I can see if Wilder was a good boxer.
Most of the heavyweights ain't really got hands anyway. And for that man to be champion as long as he was,
he was matched up against trash. You know it, and I know it. He was matched up
Ortiz isn't trash, but
Ortiz had zero chin. He was getting outboxed in that fight as well. He was losing every round.
He was.
He had zero chin. He's like 50 years old.
All the shit you talking about him, how he boxed and all this shit, don't mean nothing. All that matters is, did that man cheat?
No, listen. I understand.
Right, so how do you explain a man boxing, like you said, he whooped his ass.
Mm-hmm.
He outboxed him and was running and got floored twice. Then he come in
running? You call that running?
Yeah.
I don't call that running. So first of all, we got a difference in opinion on what boxing is. If you call that running.
Hold on. So then we get to the next fight.
If you moving your feet, that's not running.
You get to the next fight, the man puts on like 20, 30 pounds of muscle. He
didn't put on no 30 pounds of muscle. And we talked about
We can go look at that.
It wasn't no 30 pounds of muscle.
At least 20 pounds. At least 20 pounds.
Did you have a DEXA scan to see if he put on 20 pounds of muscle?
You're defending him, and you know he popped dirty for, I forgot the name of the medical term of it, but it's a bodybuilding.
What was it? Let's look it up.
Yo, Aaron!
Okay, so he tested positive for nandrolone.
Yeah, and then he tested positive for nandrolone,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was he paid a farmer $25,000 to say he gave him some tainted meat, and the farmer came out and admitted that. So he's already popped dirty for that, popped dirty for cocaine, been caught cheating with gloves multiple times, and we're still defending him on his changing his body between fights, adding all this muscle.
No, wait. All I just said was I don't think he put on 30. You know what 30 pounds of muscle looks like? I noticed.
But do you think he looked bigger?
I do think he looked in better shape.
And he was 20 pounds heavier though.
But you got to understand, he was in terrible shape in the first fight.
Okay, so you think that was all natural?
I'm not saying if he said he failed a drug test, he failed a drug test.
That was before. This was a new time. Could
it have been all natural from the first to the second? Absolutely. That could have been all natural. 100%. You got to understand.
But based on his track record, what do you think?
Based on his track record, if he took that before, I would say no. If he took that before,
okay.
If he took that before, I would say no. But is it possible to get wait? Is it possible to add that size from the first fight to the second? Yes, it is. 100% is. Especially if you weren't lifting weights or
for someone that lacks discipline and always going through some stuff. You think he's going?
If you lack discipline and always go through stuff, you can make a change. But have you ever lacked discipline and always? Wait, let me finish.
I don't understand how you can defend someone that's already been proven to do shit.
First of all, you're not letting me finish any sentence, bro. You gotta let me finish something. You gotta let me finish something.
Finish your sentence.
This guy was 400 pounds before the first fight, so you can't say he couldn't make a change when he clearly made some kind of change.
But
you can't
that's
say
when
that
he got caught on the shit.
I understand that, bro. If
that's
you
how he got down to weight.
Take it from me.
Okay.
That if you're a cokehead and 100 pounds over any type of fight weight, just that alone is not going to change that. I promise you. Number one. So some kind of change had to have been made. Wait. He wasn't training in boxing at all. So you can't sit here and tell me he couldn't make a change. Some kind of change was made. Hold up. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Could you agree that some kind of change was made between him not training at all and using coke to the first Deontay Wilder fight? Would you agree that some type of change was made? He wasn't trained. Okay, so how can you say he couldn't make a change? You can make a change, bro.
But he was caught cheating to lose that 100 pounds.
But what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is this: if he used that substance, that's not going to get you off of coke, right? What you just said was he couldn't make a change based off of a track record. That's what you said to me.
No, I'm saying you're giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm saying he made a change.
No, what I said was that it's possible. That's all I said for him to change his body like that. That's all I said. If he tested positive, he tested positive. And again, if the man cheated, it's up to boxing to make this right.
But we all know that not just in boxing, but in the whole world, black people are not always treated fairly. And
100%.
So who do you think what side do you think they're going to be on? And not just dealing with Wilder. Mm-hmm. What have we seen with other fighters? Like,
100%. I'm not denying that. The issue I have with that, we never acknowledge the facts about Deontay Wilder. That's the issue.
But what does anything about his boxing skill have to do with Tyson Fury cheating?
What I'm saying is it's never acknowledged. Look, I'll acknowledge if the man cheated with his gloves, he cheated with his gloves. He did that. What I'm saying is this: all I hear about Deontay Wilder, even before the fight, was how he was the best heavyweight champion in this amount of years and this and that. Every single, even for the first fight, that 10 seconds, right? Mm-hmm. We talked about that. Most of these cats don't understand the rules of boxing. I told you. The count has to start. Now, wait. The count has to start when the fighter that knocked whoever down goes to the neutral corner.
The count started on time. We looked at it. The count started when it's supposed to start.
And it wasn't a 10 and it wasn't a knockout.
And he got up on 9. But what I will say is other fighters haven't been afforded that same benefit of the doubt to get up. When you're out like you're dead, a lot of times they just do this.
Okay, so again, you can't
I'm just saying.
I got you, but you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. On one side,
no, I'm not. I'm stating the facts.
Let me finish. On one side, you said it's all about the rules. On one side, and on the other side, okay, well, other fighters don't listen.
We've gotten past that.
But the rules are the rules.
Yeah, we got past that. And I said that was fine. That's fine.
Up.
We're not talking about the first fight. We're talking about this man just cheated, and now he doesn't want to fight a third fight. Deontay Wilder is actually taking him to court to get him to fight a third fight. And you were saying, well, he shouldn't fight him because he's making all these excuses.
That's not what I said. What I said when we were up there, what I said was this: if I whoop someone's ass twice and all I hear is excuses, then I wouldn't give you the fight either. Now again,
when he got a draw the first time, right? Mm-hmm. And we both think that he got robbed in a sense. Mm-hmm. Now when he got a draw, guess what? Wilder didn't have to give him a rematch.
Okay, that's on him.
But that's the money. He gave him a shot.
Okay,
so he gave him a shot, and in that contract it said, you got to give me a rematch. So now he's trying to back out of it. And why, if you beat somebody so thoroughly, and it's the biggest money fight you could possibly make, mm-hmm. why would you duck the wreck the third time?
Again, this is a weird dude we talking about.
Weird.
This is the same guy. Wait a second. And I'm not Tyson Fury. This is what I know. The first fight, mm-hmm. he donated his entire check to charity. Didn't care about the money. You can't bring money into this because clearly he doesn't care about that. He donated He didn't take any of that money.
So do you think he cares that the general public thinks he's cheating?
I don't think this is a man. If you watch the way he moves, I don't think he cares about much the way anyone thinks about it.
Well, as much as he's cheated and gotten caught, he clearly doesn't care. That's what I'm saying. He keeps cheating. He keeps cheating.
Well, you can tell by the way he acts he doesn't care. I think he's a crazy dude. I really do. I think he's just a different dude. What I'm saying is this. What I know is that he fights better than Deontay Wilder. That's what I know. And that's really all I was saying.
With all the help that he has.
Listen.
Let's say he didn't have those gloves.
Well, let me ask you.
Hold on. Let's say he didn't have those gloves. And I think he would outbox Wilder. But if he doesn't hurt Wilder, Wilder catches him, he could be floored and not get up this
First
time.
of all.
But that's Wilder's chance. That's his chance.
First of all, Wilder did catch him flush in that fight.
That's another like all of a sudden he can take punches now. I was like, damn.
Wilder doesn't. Okay, so to sit here and say that and to say, okay, someone's going to going to drop you every time they hit you.
I didn't say that, but
Right,
the first
but
fight, every time he caught him, he was hurt.
It wasn't
And
every so he
this fight,
you saying he only
this fight, he was
punched him
walking.
twice.
He was walking through his shit like he knew he couldn't get hurt.
He only hit him with like one punch.
Bruh.
Well, walking through what shit? He landed like one
just
good
said
punch.
he hit him.
He landed like one good punch the
And
whole
what,
fight.
what did Fury do? Walk through it.
He walked through it, but the man was, like you said, 20 to 30 pounds heavier. What I'm saying is this. To sit here and say, if you outweigh a man by 80 pounds or however much he outweighed him by,
I think he had him by like 40.
40, hell no. How
Yeah.
much did Fury weigh?
270 something. I think the first fight he was like 255. This fight he was like 275.
Well, you said he gained 30 pounds.
20 pounds.
So he was right. So it was around 275, 280.
Yeah, but he looked more dense. than
Okay,
the first
so let's just say 275. Wilder weighs like 225, if that.
I think that was about his weight, 225, 230.
So if you outweigh a man by 50 pounds, bro, you think you not walking through some shit?
he outweighed him the first fight.
Not by that much. Not only that, the second knockdown came later in the fight when your stamina's down. What I'm saying is that, look, what I'm saying is this, bro. Just because someone eats a shot does not mean they're on performance-enhancing drugs. That's what I'm saying. What I hear is this, and look, what I'm willing to do is this. Acknowledge the fact that the dude tested positive one time before. Did he test positive for those drugs the second time?
He tested positive for cocaine
For the cocaine,
and for that one, what's it called?
the nandrolone?
Nandrolone.
No, I'm talking about for the second fight.
So this second fight, there has not been any positive tests.
Okay, so there's been no
hold
positive
on,
tests.
hold on. Stop there. But all the UK fighters have been getting popped left and right? Now, when they get popped, who just said that? It was like last week. Teddy Atlas.
Mhm.
He was accusing Joe Joyce of being on juice just by the change in his body, right?
Yeah.
And he said, well, it's almost impossible to get caught with all the, ways of beating the test these days. If you get caught, it's because you were dumb.
Well,
So-
the rules apply across the board then for everybody.
But
If he
what I'm
didn't get
saying-
caught, he didn't get caught.
What I'm saying is he might have got away with it this time.
Maybe. Okay, you can say that about anyone.
He always cheats, so
Okay, fine. You can say
He's
that about
always
anyone.
cheated.
But all we can go by is the facts, like you said. So if he didn't
But if they're
test
not in-
positive this time,
it didn't test positive.
okay. So let's stop talking about the steroids then.
He beat the test. He got away with that.
But you can't do that
Because
though.
I don't trust nothing he does at this point.
Then there's no point in having the video. There's
Yes,
no point.
it is.
It's, bro,
Yes, it is.
No, because it
But
doesn't
look,
matter what I say. You're gonna say he cheated.
we already know he cheated with the gloves. He cheated with the gloves, and if you try to say otherwise, I don't know what you're doing. You have eyes. You seen gloves. Your gloves have never looked like that. Your hand has never sat in a glove like that.
Yeah.
So you know he cheated. Why can't you just say he
100%.
cheated? Okay, then.
He
So-
cheated with the gloves.
All right,
He
so-
cheated with the. I
so-
never said he didn't cheat
So
with the
why
gloves.
can't the conversation be, all right, he won the second fight and he dogged Wilder, but he cheated.
I'm
So-
telling you
So at this point, we got to see a third fight. If they're not going to,
I would love to see a third fight.
Either they investigate him and ban him,
Yeah.
or get in the fucking ring and make sure it's all fair.
I would love to say a third fight, but what I'm saying is this: if you're the one that cheated, like you clearly aren't gonna want the third fight. Like I don't really know what you're saying.
But that's my point. Because they was like, man, I think Noel was like, I don't want to see that fight again. And he was like, yeah, he dogged him. I'm like, bro, but he cheated.
Right,
So,
but
if you cheated, that's why I want to see it. That's like, why are you running if you won so clearly? Why are you running?
So let me ask you this. Who's winning that third fight?
I don't know. Is he gonna get to cheat again?
Now hang on.
You're asking me who do I think is a
Let
better
me-
boxer? I already told you that. What I'm saying is that man won off the
Let
first
me-
fight. The
you-
first fight he almost got knocked out and he pulled it out. Right? He won the rounds, but he almost got floored. Right? So the second fight he cheated. That's a wash. I can't go off nothing that happened in that fight. Third fight, what are we gonna do?
First of all, you said he won the first fight. You acknowledge that he
yeah,
won the first fight.
but he
so
still
it's not.
almost lost.
So it's not a wash.
if you get counted to 9, and that was the second time you got knocked down, you could have easily lost that. It could have easily went the other way. What I'm saying is,
But it didn't.
It could have.
But
So that means
anything
that
could have happened.
If they fight again, he could lose again. He could get knocked out.
Anyone
But
could
in
get
that
knocked
second
out.
fight, he couldn't get
Errol
shit.
Spence could get knocked
When
out.
he
But
was
what I'm
cheating-
asking you is,
Yes.
who do you predict? You always have a prediction, but now you don't.
I don't.
If there's an even playing field.
I don't, because I don't know. I don't know how much cheating he did the first
See,
fight.
and this is okay. So
'Cause they
okay,
caught his gloves on the first fight.
this is a perfect segue. This is a perfect segue for what I gotta say. This is the main problem, and honestly, the whole cheating thing. I'll acknowledge he cheated. The main problem I have with the whole Deontay Wilder thing is people don't acknowledge the fact that he fucking sucks at boxing. He
But
sucks at
but
that
that
shit.
has nothing to do with
Hold up. Let me finish.
And if he fucking sucks, why was he? What was his record?
Bro, I just said I acknowledge that the dude cheated, right?
Okay.
Now you want to go on this whole record thing? You know they fed him. Sorry, dudes. You know that they fed him.
I feel
those
like all
dudes.
the heavyweights are damn near sorry. Like,
Okay.
for real. Like, who do you got between Joshua and Wilder?
Definitely Joshua.
Definitely.
But it's
I
levels.
don't feel that way because
Listen,
Joshua's chin is so suspect.
There
I
are
don't feel that way.
levels. There are levels to boxing. You can't say there are. This dude Wilder doesn't even know to keep his lead foot
When I
in
bet
front.
you on Wilder, it wasn't that Wilder was a better boxer. I bet you off, dude. Everybody I've been seeing that I think is a good fight. I feel like they're a better boxer, but he keeps knocking them out. So at some point, I gotta say, all right, I'll just bet on Wilder. I like his chances to knock the man out. That's all I'm saying. And when it didn't happen, Fury was cheating. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, let's see the man fight a fair fight. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And your whole I don't like Wilder, he can't box, all his fans think all of this.
I didn't even get to say that, bro.
But
You
that's
keep
what
cutting me
you're
off.
saying.
I literally didn't get to say.
You just said that.
No.
You just said he can't box. And all the people
No,
think.
dude,
Bro.
I was saying that, and then you cut me off. You got
Go ahead.
bro. You literally keep doing
All right.
that. I was about to
Go ahead,
segue
go ahead.
to that part of the video, bro.
Go ahead, go do your thing.
So again, for you to sit here and say, I don't know all of a sudden. Let me finish this time, yo.
Go ahead.
For you to sit here and say, I don't know what would happen. When you clearly acknowledge that Wilder's better, I'm sorry, that Fury is better, right? You told me that.
Listen,
wait,
but
no,
hold on. Let me just tell you this one thing. I think he's better, but that was before I knew how much cheating he was doing. So if it's a complete fair playing field, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know the extent of the cheating.
Based off of boxing, based off of the way you've seen them box, off of technique,
off of boxing,
off of skill,
listen,
off of boxing.
I got Fury.
Okay.
But I don't know if Fury's chin is because he's on steroids. I don't know what the fuck he's taking. I don't know what his gloves are doing. I don't know a lot of shit. And based off what we've seen in the other fights, I can't use any of that material. I can't go off of any of that because he was cheating.
Okay, so well,
Just
we
let
don't
me
know.
see a third fight with an even playing field. That's all I'm saying.
We don't know. But again, the thought that I had before, going into every Wilder conversation, what we don't acknowledge, this dude said he thinks his water was spiked. Now imagine any other dude saying that. Let's just say.
But it has happened.
Wait.
It has happened.
But let me finish.
Good.
If Danny Garcia gets his ass whooped tomorrow night and he says my water was spiked, that's why I lost, you'd be like, bullshit.
No, I'll say investigate it. Investigate it. How hard is that?
If he thoroughly gets outboxed, and we know Errol Spence is better, and he says he lost because of that.
But if he thinks his water was spiked and there's any chance of that, please investigate.
Okay, fine.
So please
fine,
investigate.
fine. Okay. Now to the next one. We talk about a suit that says he tired his legs out with that suit, a suit that he chose to fucking wear.
That was his initial thing. I think he was looking for a reason.
The point I'm trying-
No, I think he was looking for a reason for the way he felt.
Quick. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make is that you just acknowledged that.
No.
This
If
dude comes
if
in.
somebody spiked your water, right? And you came in the ring with a heavy suit. You don't know they spiked your water. You're not even thinking about that. You're like, why'd I feel like that? You're like, maybe it was the suit. And then later on, you're like, oh shit, he put something in my water. That's why I felt that way. I haven't heard him say anything about no fucking suit recently.
So
It's
you
all
don't
been
think?
water.
So let me ask you this. And anybody else that's because I'm really not defending Fury. What I'm defending is the idea that Tyson Fury only lost because of some other shit. The reason I think Deontay Wilder lost is because he doesn't box as well. And that's the issue I have with all.
But you just admitted that he cheated.
Bro, let me finish.
How you gonna side with the person that cheated?
Oh, my God,
you
dude.
just admitted he cheated, right?
You gotta let
So
me
why you
finish
gonna still say
something,
that's
bro.
why he lost?
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
What I'm
You're
trying
not making
to say.
sense. I'm just trying to make sure
You're not
said
letting
that.
me finish a sentence. How
You
am I gonna
just-
make
you
sense
just
of
did
it?
like 20
I
sentences.
didn't.
Go ahead.
Bro, are
Go
you
ahead.
serious, bro?
Yeah, go ahead.
I did half a sentence,
Go
nigga.
ahead.
You
Go
cut it
ahead again.
off.
Go ahead again. You're not making sense, bro.
No. What I'm trying to say is this. When we have these conversations, right? And use context. Talk about the way both guys fight, actually box. We've seen him in other fights as well. Because before he fought Fury, you were saying he couldn't box. All right? And we were saying Fury did have skill. Right? Steroids don't give you skill. All right?
True.
So what everyone fails to acknowledge is the possibility that, okay, it could have just been the fact that your man can't box either.
But it wasn't because the gloves were fucking not right. So
That's cool.
So we gotta get a third fight. You can't use that material. You can't say I saw this. What you saw was not real. The man cheated. So you gotta wipe that whole second fight out.
And I'm not denying that.
Okay.
But what I'm adding to this, because what the Wilder fans like to do is say basically anything bad that happens to Wilder, they never hold Wilder accountable and say, dude, you have to work on this shit. His team, his fans, all of that. The man can't box. You know it. I know it. He cannot box.
Bruh, you know I've been the one when he fought Ortiz. I was like, bro, he was getting dogged, bro. It's not even close.
Honestly,
he got bailed out again.
A third fight, bro. Like, I don't want to see this nigga fight at all. He can't box.
I gotta see this third fight. I don't care about any other fights for him, for Wilder, but I gotta see him against Fury on an even playing field. Because I never feel like I've been robbed. I didn't get to see it.
That's fine. And if he and if he beats Fury on an even playing field, he beat Fury on an even playing field.
Think about this. So let's say Danny is juiced on steroids tomorrow night, right?
Yeah.
He's on steroids. We don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
He knocks Errol out second round. The visuals. How many people are gonna watch that? Millions of people gonna see that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna go viral. Errol wasn't right. You know what I mean? He was never right from the accident. A week later, comes out, Danny was on steroids. Do people care that he was on steroids? Or are they gonna still say Errol wasn't right?
They 100% gonna care.
Hold on. They might care, but the visual, especially the casuals, they're not going to keep up with what happened after. When they see Errol again, they're going to be like, oh, that's the guy I saw get knocked out. You see what I'm saying?
So what's your point?
So it changes what you view, what you think about the person. So because you saw Wilder get dogged that second fight, you're already like, well, that's what I thought.
No.
That's what I expected. You said,
remember, I
let me finish now.
bet on Fury coming in this
I
second
know
fight.
that, but that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
Go ahead.
I'm talking about you saw Wilder get dogged, and it was on point with what you thought Fury was capable of.
Mm-hmm.
So you going into the third fight like, yo, he gonna lose again. But bruh, you got to take into account that he cheated. You can't use any of that. Anything that you saw from that fight doesn't matter. He was cheating.
Even if bro, what you gotta understand is this. I acknowledge that. Even if I take what happened in their careers before they even fought, what I'm trying to tell you is this. The shit with Wilder and people saying that, always making excuses for Deontay Wilder, right? Especially shit with his suit and all this kind of stuff. Like that really rubbed me the wrong way. When you pick the suit.
And I felt the same way initially, right? And I think that's where you hung up at. You're still thinking about that shit.
Well, if you do that in the same way you hung up on a positive drug test from before, if you do that, to me, you're someone that's automatically
you've established
gonna make an excuse.
A history of always doing something to cheat.
And
He
what I'm
found
telling
every route.
right
now,
I got you.
Wilder, we actually saw that Fury cheated.
I got you.
So you can't say Wilder, he always crying, but you actually saw that Fury cheated.
I got you.
So at that point, it has to in your mind say, well, maybe the other things might be possible. I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying it's water respite. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's possible.
My point, but Wilder made the excuses before he knew about any cheating. So what that tells me, if you just get your ass whooped in a fight, you don't know about any cheating. Wait, you don't know about any cheating. He made those excuses ASAP.
So no, he said his body his legs never felt right. That's what he said, and he said I think it might have been my suit. So that's when everybody, I was the same way. I don't want to hear that shit. Whatever. Now other people found that Fury was cheating with the gloves. They all said that. You know what I mean? He didn't say anything about that shit for a long time. The internet was going crazy, debating that shit, and then he came out and said, I think my trainer might have been in on something with my water. Then he came out and said, okay, yeah, I think he did cheat with the gloves because I had a dent in the side of my head. You know what I mean? So that's where it's like, okay, he didn't make up the shit with the gloves. He didn't say nothing about the gloves. He said his legs didn't feel right and it might have been the suit. That was initially, right? And I was like you. I don't want to hear that shit. But then when I see that the gloves are fucked up and he cheated there, so I'm like, he cheated. So at that point, it don't matter what all the other shit. The other shit don't matter at all. We already see that he cheated. Now, if a man telling you he didn't feel like himself, it might have been some.
There's a difference. Go ahead, man.
Other people have been caught cheating with water. It was a fight recently where a fighter was offered water and he wouldn't take it because he was like, scared that somebody might try to get him. So it happens. It's not like it's something that's out of left field, like, nobody would never do that. No, this is boxing. There's a lot of fucking corrupt shit in boxing.
Well, it's a lot of things that can happen. A whole lot. I mean, if we want to talk about everything that could be possible, I mean, we can go all day. We can go all day. What I'm not gonna do, gloves aside, what I'm not gonna do is if someone isn't as good as someone and he blames it on the water, I'm not gonna give you that. And I say gloves aside.
But you can't say once we
No,
already
I'm
established that he
nitpicking
cheated
the
in the fight. If you already said he cheated in the fight, that shit don't matter.
Quick, I'm breaking.
But what I'm saying is, listen, we already established the fight's a wash. He cheated,
Mm-hmm.
right? Fight's a wash. All I'm saying is if that man tells you he didn't feel right, and he thinks it was his water, they should investigate that and next time be more careful. I'm not saying that it happened.
Sure.
I'm saying it's a possibility that happened, and we might see the next fight and he'd be a
It's
completely
also a
different guy.
possibility. It's also a possibility Fury didn't take steroids the second time.
Yeah, but he had dirty gloves. So he
Okay.
cheated.
And Deontay Wilder can't box.
Okay.
The point
But
I'm
he
trying to make
cheated.
is you can't keep going by all these possibilities.
What does him not being able to box have to do with anything?
It was an example. Listen to what I'm saying. You keep throwing out all of these possibilities, right?
No, we have one fact.
Right.
Cheated with
we
gloves.
have two facts.
Cheated with gloves.
Wilder can't box is the second fact.
But we don't know how much better.
We know he
Hold on,
can't
hold on.
box.
But we don't know that he
We
wouldn't have
know
knocked-
he can't
but
box.
He might have knocked
We know
Fury out
he can't
if Fury
box.
didn't cheat.
We know the man can't box. Water spiked or not. We know that.
I know he knocked shit out. That's what I know.
He knocked bums out. That's what I know.
And he damn near knocked Fury out. Is Fury a bum?
He didn't knock him out though.
Bruh.
But he did knock him
If
out.
the ref did this, would you be saying he's a bum?
Who?
If the ref did this when Fury hit the floor, it was like this, dead. If the ref said like this.
He didn't do that.
But look, but if he did that.
But it didn't happen.
So we judging
Fury
all
got
off
up.
a ref. But you agree
What?
that.
He beat the count.
But you agree that a ref, any other ref or that ref might have actually did this and it would have been fair. Nobody would have argued that, oh, you didn't give him time to get up. They would have been like, yeah, he was out.
Sure, it didn't happen.
Exactly. Sure. So it could have easily been a knockout.
Bro, you're talking out both sides. On one
No.
side, wait, let me finish, bro. Come on.
Bruh,
You can't keep cutting me
bruh.
off every time
I didn't
start
cut you off.
something.
Talk, nigga.
You
talk.
Dog, you
God
just
damn,
you
bruh.
didn't cut me off?
No.
Rewind that tape. We gonna put that in the edit when you just cut me off, nigga. You know you did.
I didn't. Go
you
ahead.
know you did.
Go ahead.
You can't speak out of both sides of your mouth. On one side, the facts are this, and then the other side, okay, the facts don't matter. The fact of it is, in the first fight, he didn't get knocked out. We have to go by that. In the same way you say,
But-
wait, let me finish. You
ahead.
about to do it again.
Go
You
ahead.
see that shit?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And in the same way you just said, in the second fight, the fact is he cheated. The fact is the first fight he didn't get knocked out. Okay. Point blank period. He didn't get knocked out. So let's stop talking about if the ref, no, if.
But
fuck
you just
the ifs.
agreed, though.
Fuck the ifs.
But you just agreed. You just agreed that, yeah, any other ref might have did that.
Maybe, but who cares?
But no, that's all I'm
Who
asking.
cares?
All I'm asking you is, if the ref would have did this, and Fury would have lost that fight, and Wilder had another knockout, and then we were going to a rematch,
Yeah.
would you be saying that all he knocked out is bums?
No, he would have had
You
he
would've
would have
said
had a
he
better
knocked
name
out
in his resume.
Exactly.
But he didn't knock him out.
But what I'm saying is,
It didn't
that's-
happen.
That's some shit that could have went either way.
But it didn't happen.
But it could have went either way.
But it didn't happen.
It could have happened.
Okay, a lot of things could have happened.
But it would have nothing to do with the
A lot of
fighters.
things coulda
What I'm
happened.
saying is it had nothing to do with the fighters. That was all on the ref.
Bro, the count is not, bro, seconds are seconds.
It's not about the count.
You agreed he beat the count.
It's not about the count. I've seen a ref call a fight on two, nigga. If you like this, out.
Okay, but it didn't happen.
Exactly. And that was on the ref. It's what all I'm saying is a different ref could have said
Bro.
something different, and you'll be sitting here saying, yeah, he knocked Fury out the first fight.
So if we gonna do that though, and we gotta go back to every single fight where someone could have got caught on a knockout and then say, well, that could have happened, bro.
All I'm
we
saying
gotta
is-
go by is what happened. In the same way,
I don't think Wilder's good either. But you're saying all he knocked out his bums like he didn't.
He
damn
did.
damn near knock
but
Fury
he didn't
out.
knock Fury out. He didn't happen. You gotta
But
stop
it had
saying
nothing
that.
to do with Fury, nothing to do with Wilder. It was all on the ref's call.
So it didn't have nothing to do with Fury getting up off the canvas. That's what you're saying. That's the only way you can't
A
get
lot
knocked
of
out.
fighters wouldn't get the opportunity to get up.
A lot of fighters wouldn't get the opportunity to get up. Okay,
Refs
fine.
would have did this.
That's fine. That's fine.
And
If that's
we-
what you think.
And we wouldn't even argue about it. We'd have been like, damn, he was dead.
If that's what you think, bro, that's fine. That's fine. There's nothing I can say to that. All I can do is go by fact, just like you said.
But you can't.
On
you can't,
one side, you want to use facts, and the other side, you don't.
But you can't sit here and say that all he knocked out is bums when your man was floored for 9 seconds and was damn near dead and could have been called off by a lot of fights would have been called off.
What I'm
and
saying-
then we would be saying I'm having a whole different conversation.
Did he get?
And
I
it has
agree.
Nothing, it has nothing to do with Fury, and it has nothing to do with
I
Wilder's
agree.
abilities.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Did he get
outside-
Did he get the knockout?
He did not.
Okay. Who has he knocked out before Fury?
Ortiz.
A 50-year-old Ortiz with no chin.
He's 40.
He's bro. They don't even
And-
know this dude's
and you
age.
know what's-
They don't even know this
You
dude's
know what's
age.
crazy though?
And 40's old for a
It is.
heavyweight.
It is. But I'm gonna tell you what though. I think the fact that what was it? Ortiz popped dirty. Remember before they fought the first time? So actually, they would have fought the first time at like he would have been 38, 39. And I think he would have gotten Wilder if he fought that first time.
I don't know. I know.
But he popped dirty. So once he popped dirty, the fight got pushed like a whole year.
Right.
And then I think he had slowed down just enough.
I know that. He was winning every round against Wilder the second fight too. He has no punch resistance. Your punch resistance goes down when you get old. That happens. That happens, bro. Because that wasn't even that hard of a shot.
Listen, I think
It wasn't that hard of a shot at all.
Let's end it. I think we still we made a little bit of ground,
Well, let me say this,
but
because I'm not arguing. The part I don't like with all this is how we don't talk about, like, dude. Okay, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. A real dude, when they lose a fight, when they get their ass whooped, right? In the back of their head, they thinking, I'm just gonna try to fuck them up next time, but they not gonna blame their suit, bro.
so listen. Like I said that night, I didn't hear him say the stuff about the suit. I heard it reported.
Right.
And I never really heard him say anything until like way later, after all the stuff with the gloves came out and all the stuff he said. So at that point, when I was like y'all, when I first heard about the suit, then when I saw the gloves, I'm like, damn, he cheated. So then you hear about the water, that gives it a little bit more, like maybe it was something.
No, the water don't give me shit.
So
Anybody can say that.
I'm still thinking maybe it was something. So at this point, I'm just like, all right, I just want to see a third fight.
I agree. Okay, fine.
I want to see.
I'm
a
not
third
denying
fight,
none of that shit.
and I don't know.
It's not gonna happen though.
You don't think it's gonna
It's
fight?
probably not. Somebody's gonna have to make it official that he cheated with the gloves. Because I've actually heard it on the other side and said it was legal. I've actually heard that. I've actually heard that too.
That's another thing. We're outnumbered. There's a lot of racists out here that just gonna defend it, and they ain't happy he cheated.
And that's true. But there's also a lot of niggas on the other side that's gonna give Deontay Wilder a pass no matter what. And you know that.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not one of those.
Because that and honestly, that coming into this, I'm already thinking that.
So that's the problem. I feel like you can't separate what I'm arguing.
What you're arguing is very cut and dry. That he cheated, it should be a third fight.
What he cheated, it should be a third fight.
Facts.
And that even though we both think Fury's a better boxer, we can't really go off of what happened in those fights if he cheated.
I'm not
That's
going to
what
go
saying.
off of that.
That's what
I'm not going to go off of that. What I'm going off of is every other fight they've had. Just like when we just predicted Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
We went off every other fight they had. We both predicted the same dude. Why? We know what we're looking at, and we made a prediction.
I agree with that. So, but on top of that, I guess my goal with this conversation wasn't just to argue with you. It was to show you that when somebody is cheated, especially Wilder, like a black heavyweight champion from the South, we don't really care for him. But once he's been cheated, I feel like I gotta defend him. Even if he is saying the water, even if I don't know. I'm just like investigate that shit
100%. And I'm not.
And going forward, make sure it's a fair.
And I'm not
field.
denying that shit. But I'm gonna call a spade a spade. The dude can't box.
But that has nothing to do with this topic.
But
That's
I'm
what
making
saying.
it a part of
That's
this
what I'm saying.
topic.
That's a whole separate issue.
I'm making it a part of this
That's
topic.
your
The
opinion on his
can't
skills.
box. What's your opinion on his skills?
It's not nothing to do with this topic.
What's your opinion on his skills, though? It's a podcast. What's your opinion on his skills? I'm asking.
I think he can beat anybody with his power. But
What's your opinion on his skills? I don't care about his power. His skills.
He has a decent jab.
He has a decent jab. You sure?
Yeah, he has a decent jab.
You sure?
That's it though.
You sure? He don't even be using that joint.
His footwork is sloppy.
How about his
I
head
don't-
movement?
I don't
How about
like
his
it.
defense?
I don't like any of it, and
Okay.
he can't fight going back.
Now let me ask you this.
But- Yeah.
Is he the most overrated heavyweight champion of all time?
I don't know because this is gonna start another argument.
Who? Okay. Who you got? Is he top two? Because I know the other dude. Is he top two?
Yeah, probably top two.
Absolutely.
Probably
Okay.
top two.
I'm gonna end it on that. Because
I can't end it on that.
I'm gonna end it on that. I'm gonna end it on that because
that wasn't the whole premise of this debate.
Well,
it was more so about
we were debating two different things.
No.
I agree that they should investigate.
and it should
Fine.
it should be a third fight. They should investigate, and it's been proven that Tyson cheated. We already seen that, even without their investigation. So at this point,
It's also been proven that he's a better boxer, even without the investigation. If we're gonna use the eye
but
test for
that
stuff,
has nothing to do with this.
I'm making it a part of it. It's boxing. We're
But
gonna
it's
talk
not.
about
It's
it.
not. 'Cause we're
After
talking
we
about the
acknowledge,
controversy behind it is.
But there is no controversy. We both acknowledge the fact that yes, the gloves look weird.
No, they were illegal. They was more than weird. It wasn't like it was a little. No, it was blatant. You cheated.
If you want to call it blatant, you cheated, fine.
Blatant, you cheated. So if it's blatant, you cheated. If you cheated, I don't care what the other guy did. Though, if he was a better boxer, that shit don't. That's why I made the point with Danny and Errol. We both think Errol's a better fighter, but if Danny cheats and knocks him out, like what does it matter?
No, it would be the other way around.
Yeah. If Errol cheats and knocks him out, you can't say, well, Errol's a better fighter anyway. No, he cheated. It doesn't know, and because you don't. I know you.
The difference is this.
I know you look at it different because you respect Danny. Because you respect Danny, you're like, he shouldn't cheat.
The difference is this: Danny Garcia can actually box. So if Errol won because of that, I'd be like, dude, like that could have been a lot closer if he didn't cheat. Like Wilder is the worst. Wilder is the worst heavyweight champion I've ever seen as far as boxing ability. In the history of boxing. Just pure boxing ability. Just pure technique. The worst I've ever seen. Have you seen someone worse than that?
I probably have.
Pure technique?
But definitely no
technique?
one with that much hype. Huh?
Technique-wise? Can you name anyone off the top of your head?
I can't name anyone. No.
So off the top right, he's the worst we've ever seen technique-wise. And that's what, listen, we can acknowledge the cheating, but that's still in my head. And that's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying it shouldn't be a third fight.
That can be in your head.
I'm not saying it shouldn't be a third fight.
That can be in your head, but it has nothing. You can't use that to validate Tyson's victories in any way.
I didn't.
So
what I'm saying is all of the excuses always for Wilder, no matter what.
I was only saying the second fight. I don't know what the excuses always and all that.
Bro, if you go on, his fans are ridiculous. Like even with the. Like
I acknowledge that. I see it too. Trust me, I see it too. I'm just talking about where I'm coming from.
I got you.
And you know where I started. So this is where I've landed now. Like, okay, they cheated that man. You gotta give him a fair shake.
Okay.
Period. And I don't care how I feel about him. Like, get a man a fair shake.
I agree on that.
And I gotta disagree.
We can end on an agreement. He should be given a fair shake. Now, because you weren't being honest at first. You talking about something you don't know.
What you mean?
If the playing field's even, who you predicting?
But still, though, I can't.
Let me ask you this.
I can't judge the first two fights.
Then don't use that. Don't use that. Use the fights. That's what you can do this. Use the fights they've had. You can do it.
But listen, hold on. Listen, Aaron. Well, even in the previous fights, Fury's been caught left and right. I don't know what cheating he's gotten away with.
He's been caught left and right.
He has.
For every fight.
For a lot of shit.
For a lot of shit?
A lot of shit. I'm going to pull up some more.
Most of it's cocaine because he a cokehead.
No. That was just one infraction. Trust me. It's a lot more shit. We can go pull it up. We can go. Trust me. Listen, when I go on these other channels.
So what you're saying
and
is
they start talking that, I just turn it off because I'm like, bro, I wish they just investigate. I know he's a cheater. I don't want to hear about it all the time. But when I spoke to you about it and you're like, well, Wilder sucks. I'm just like, bro, you're missing the point. I agreed that he's not great. You know what I mean? I agreed.
Not great. No, he's not good.
Put like this.
He's not good.
He was good enough to be heavyweight champ for a long time, and he knocked a lot of people out. So, and again, even though you're going to say the close don't matter, he damn near knocked Fury out, who we both say can box. So at that point, let me see a fair fight. And even that fight, Fury might have been cheating. It was issues with the gloves there.
Sure.
So that's what I'm like, let me just see a fair fight and see what that man can do. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
And
I agree.
Once somebody's already proved that the guy's cheated, if you say anything else, I'm not going to sit here and say that. But listen, I'm not going to sit here and call you a liar or say you're making up excuses. Mm-hmm. We already proved that he cheated in the fight.
But based off of your own words just now, because he's cheated so many times, it doesn't matter what he does anymore. Because in your head, he's cheated so many times.
He should be banned. He should be banned.
So why? So my question is this now. Mm-hmm. Why? And let me finish. Why do you want to see a third fight? Because you just said you can't trust anything he does.
So
why does it matter to see a third fight?
I feel like it will be way more eyes on him, and it will be a better chance of having a fair shake.
But even if he whoops his ass, you gonna still say
no. But if he whoops his ass,
you would still say I can't trust it.
I think put like this. No, I wouldn't say that. I think that he's gonna need to. They're gonna be watching everything he does. There's gonna be a lot of tests. And I feel like Wilder's going to be on it more. He's probably going to hire people just for that fact. Just watch everything.
Well, let me say this. You may not say it. Every last one of these dudes on the internet and a lot of the other YouTubers are going to be on that, well, he cheated in the past. It doesn't matter what happens from this. The narrative's always going to be, no matter what.
Well, I'm not every other dude on the internet.
I feel you.
And what I'm going to say is, if the gloves was right He passed the drug test, right? And he gets the victory.
But he passed the drug test for the second fight. You kept bringing it up for that though. But that's what I'm saying. You can't.
Because we all know, everybody get popped every time they cheat?
But that's what I'm. But look. But that's
listen,
what I'm
do everybody
saying. You
get
can't.
But listen,
No,
I'm
they
bringing
don't.
it up because he had a massive change in his body. That's why I'm bringing it up. That's why I even mentioned it. And he has a history of cheating that way. That's why I'm bringing it up. I didn't say that he definitely
So
did
if he gets in better shape, again, it's gonna be he had a massive change in his body.
Nah.
Yeah, that's what you're saying though.
No, that's not
That's
what
you're
I'm
saying because you're saying that because look, he didn't test positive, but you kept bringing it up. So
Because he has in the past.
okay, he would still have had in the past for the next fight.
So, do I do that with Canelo?
Yeah.
Every time he wins, I say, "Oh, he tests positive."
Bro,
I
yeah.
don't.
Well, you hate
I
Canelo, bro.
I do hate Canelo, but I don't do that.
Yes, you do.
When he wins, I be like, he's fighting bums. He's fighting tomato cans. That's why he's winning.
Well, yeah, but if he
only time I bring up the steroids when we start talking pound for pound, I'm like, he's not on my list. That's it, because he popped dirty before. He's not on my list. I don't say he won because of steroids. I ain't say he knocked out Khan because he was on steroids.
But the thing of it is, and that's a different topic for another day. The point I'm trying to make is this: you do carry that over to all of his fights, because if you say he's not on the pound for pound list, then that's saying that you don't trust him for any of his fights. Because if you just excluded the one where he tested positive, he'd still be on the pound for pound list. You see what I'm saying? If you just excluded the one where he tested positive,
I feel like this.
that's the only one.
The pound. I'm not saying he's not a great fighter though. The pound for pound list is no exact thing to that. It's everyone's opinion. So me, if you popped dirty before, that excludes you from my list because it's already hard enough to be on there. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, but if you go off of someone's resume, because that's what you're looking at, someone's resume and how they looked.
Mm-hmm.
If you just exclude the fight where he tested positive, he would still make it on the pound for pound list. No doubt about it. He doesn't make it on yours. So what I'm trying to tell you is this. Yeah. When somebody tests positive once, you carry that over to all this shit. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, but I don't discredit every win they have.
You have to if you're not going to put them on the pound for pound list.
No, pound for pound has nothing to do with nothing. It's a mythical thing.
Bro, it's not a mythical thing.
It is. What does it really do? Other than tell fans this is the best person, and everybody that has a platform makes up their own thing.
It's subjective, but you cannot say that it's not a thing. If you're pound for pound better than someone,
it's everyone's opinion, or it might be a paid opinion.
I understand. Listen, there are different publications. I get it. I understand that. What I'm saying is that if we talk pound for pound and you exclude Canelo because he used a performance enhancing drug,
that's my list.
I understand that, and I'm using that as an example for Tyson Fury.
And I'm nobody.
Right. But listen to what I'm saying. It doesn't matter whose list it is. I'm talking about just the way you are judging the whole performance enhancing thing. Right. By excluding him off of the pound for pound because of one positive test, you're saying I can't put him on there. Because if that fight never happened,
what does every other sport do?
This isn't every other sport. What do you mean?
Come on, man. You can't compare it to other sports. If you in the Olympics and you pop dirty, they take all your shit. They don't take the one from that time.
What do you mean every other sport? But the Olympics is different from the NFL.
Lance Armstrong, they took all his shit.
The Olympics is different from the NFL though. They can't. But
I'm just talking about a pound for pound list. It has nothing. I'm not saying he don't deserve the belt that he just won.
Okay,
but I'm saying on my list.
Okay, so listen to what I'm saying. Since you used that example, let's go back to this hypothetical third Fury Wilder fight. You just said if you test positive, they take everything. So again, if even if he wins, you taking that away from him.
No, I'm not.
That's what you just use the example. If you test positive once, they take away everything.
I'm taking away from the pound for pound, nigga. What part don't you understand? That's all I said was pound for pound. That's all we're talking about.
So if you put Errol Spence on the pound for pound, number one, what are you using to put him up there? What's the criteria for you?
For me, it's what have you accomplished as far as what belts you won, what fighters you beat, how recent did you beat them, how'd you look in those fights, how dominant were you? Also is your for me it's the eye test too.
Okay.
And I like his style.
Okay.
And I like that he can do multiple different styles. That's why he's high on my list. He's number one. And it's one more factor that I use.
I'm not talking about him specifically. I'm just saying like what criteria do you use? Basically who they beat and how they look.
Another thing that I do that I feel like most people don't think about is what's the possibility of you losing to someone in your division.
Okay, cool. All right, I got you.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? If you that criteria has to apply to everyone, whether they've had one positive test or not. Because again, if you exclude that fight,
if we're talking pound for pound, I'm just talking That's me.
Right. But you didn't say anything about positive drug tests in your criteria just now.
I just told you. I told you that beforehand. Why I gotta say it again?
What I'm saying is, okay,
If Arrow popped dirty, he's out of my list. Period.
so if he pops dirty, this fight
Mhm.
has the rest of his tests are negative. He goes up, beats the Charlo twins, all negative tests. He comes back down. He beats Terrence Crawford, negative test. He's still off of it.
Off.
Okay, well, that's just you.
Yeah.
That's
off.
just you.
He's off my list.
So again, if we go back to the original topic, it doesn't matter what
That
happens.
has nothing to
in
do
this-
with my pound for pound.
I'm not saying
keep
what,
going
but,
back to
but,
pound for pound.
but what I'm saying
We're
is
talking
this.
heavyweights. I'm
but,
not even.
but basically, what you're saying when you say that is you discredit everything that they do.
No, I
after
didn't
that.
say that. I didn't say that.
If you leave them off for the,
I
that
didn't say
basically
that.
mean the wins don't
My
matter.
pound for pound is my opinion. I can take you off for whatever reason. I cannot like your fucking shoes and take you off. It doesn't matter. So when I give somebody, put like this, the pound for pound is like commending everything you've done and you've done everything the right way. That's for me.
Exactly.
So
Cool.
when I know that you cheated, I don't want to put you there. Other people can. That's fine. Like you've put it in your list, and I'm like, that's cool. He based on what he's done, he could be there. But to me, you're not gonna be on my list. That's it. And I don't care who you are.
Okay, so that's not you discrediting the other losses.
What's
I'm
that?
sorry, the other wins.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with that.
So that's just an automatic cancellation.
It's an automatic cancellation. It's not like, oh, everything he do from now. No, it's just like, oh, you did that. Gotta take you off.
Even if he is one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world, which doesn't make any
Yes.
sense. Because if you are one of the best pound for pound fighters
Yeah.
in the world, you should be on the list. That means your list is dishonest at that point.
It's
if you
not
acknowledge
dishonest.
that he's
It's
one of
not
the best
dishonest.
pound for pound fighters and you
It's
don't
not
put him on the
dishonest.
list, then it's like saying, okay, he's one of the best pound for pound fighters, but he's not one of the best pound for pound
So
fighters.
here's what I think though. So I'm like, all right, if you cheated, you've already that's your way of not getting on the list. Like you cheated. It doesn't matter what you did.
Even if you acknowledge that he's one of the best pound for pound fighters.
Probably.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
Okay.
he's not on my list. He
That's
could be on
fine.
yours all day.
No,
And
no,
I- and
no,
I'll
no,
say
no.
your
I'm
list
talking
is-
about- no,
and I'll say
forget-
your list is great, but I'll also say asterisk. You got a guy on there that popped dirty, but
Okay.
your list is great.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
then that's the end of it. Because if I ask someone, is he one of the best pound for pound fighters? And you say yeah. Is he on the best? Wait. Is he on your pound for pound list? No. Okay.
If you
Well,
ask me
fine.
if he's one of the best,
because that's
fighters,
literally what that means.
if
your
you
pound for
ask
pound
me
list
if he's one of the best fighters, I would probably tell you yes, right? But
Okay.
but even though he's not high on my list as he is on everybody else's.
But still, you
'Cause-
don't have him on the list at all.
But listen, because I'll tell you why. We're getting into a whole nother video. We might have to chop this up. But the man got washed by Mayweather. He lost to Triple G the first fight, in my opinion.
No doubt.
He would get dogged by Charlo. He's been ducking. I don't even put guys on my list as duck for a long time. I don't do that either. So that's
Okay.
that's me. But I'm not sitting here
I
writing
get it.
the
I'm not.
publication.
Listen. I just asked you a simple question. Even if you acknowledge that someone's a great pound for pound fighter, you don't put him on the list.
I didn't call him a great pound for pound fighter. He's a great fighter.
Is he one of the best pound for pound fighters?
He's
in
one of the
world?
best fighters.
Is he one of the best pound for pound fighters?
He's not on my pound for pound.
I'm not talking about the list.
That's how my answer.
I'm just saying, is he one of the best pound for pound fighters?
He's not in my top 10.
I'm not talking about your list. The term pound for pound means
Yeah.
no matter what class.
So what do you mean by best?
one of the best, dude? What do you mean? You just said he's one of the best fighters. You
He's
said
one of the
that.
best fighters. Yeah.
Okay, so that basically means that.
But
if
I
he's
also-
one of the best
but I
fighters in
also
boxing,
said
that means he's.
one of my criteria is how will you fare against people in your division? He fights in multiple divisions, and I think he would lose to Beterbiev at 175 where he just fought. I think he would lose to David Benavidez. I think he would lose to Charlo. That's three motherfuckers.
That's
that could-
fine, but you said he was one of the best fighters in the
Well,
world.
he's not in the top 10 pound for pound.
Okay, that's cool. I have him in the top 10 pound for pound.
I know you do.
Like,
But what happens when he stops ducking? And let's say
if he loses the fight, he drops out. It
but
hasn't happened
he
yet.
keeps ducking. So if he'd have fought Charlo years ago and got knocked out,
Then he
or
wouldn't
fought-
be there.
Or fought, so you're giving him credit for ducking.
I'm
So he
giving.
ducks.
I'm not giving him credit for ducking. When you do
keeping him on
pound
your
for pound,
you're keeping him there.
when you
and he's
do
ducking
pound
the
for
guys.
pound, you give credit to the fights that they've had, not the ones they didn't have.
So if you
That's
know,
not part of pound for pound.
But if
it's
you
just
know
what they've
a
shown.
guy would lose to these guys and he's not fighting them
He's still
purposely,
one of the best fighters in the world.
But you just said if he
He's
loses,
still
but
one
you
of the
just
best
said
fighters
if
in
he
the world.
loses, you would take him out, and we both agree that he would probably lose to two
But
or
it
three of
hasn't
those people.
happened yet. It has to happen.
It's never going to happen because he's never going to fight him.
Well, that's fine.
So you're just going to keep him high on your list?
No, because eventually he's gonna run out of dudes to fight, and he's not gonna be fighting no more.
Okay.
You do it based off of how they looked in the fights they've had. You have to act like certain fights haven't. When you do pound for it, it's a lot of fights that could happen. right? It's a whole lot of fights that could happen. When you do pound for pound, you look at the fights that they've had and how they look. That's it. That's it.
The man
That's
is
the
blatantly
ducking.
ducking.
The
He's blatantly
ducking thing.
ducking. He's blatantly ducking.
The business side of boxing, the ducking, whatever you want to call it, is a separate conversation.
We've already seen 2 or 3 losses, and he's blatantly ducking. Right now, he's been doing it for years.
Said
Fighting
3 losses.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Who's the third? Don't say Lara.
Either Lara.
No, he
or-
beat Lara. He beat Lara. He definitely beat Lara.
Who else?
Definitely Triple G and Floyd. That's it. That's it.
All the rest were tomato cans, especially in recent history. Jacob just lost a damn near. What's his name? Zada.
Jacobs was better than though.
And I was giving him credit for Jacobs.
Jacobs was better than Austin Trout. Wasn't bad when he fought him.
Yeah, Trout. That was a good one.
Austin Trout wasn't bad.
But
Lara
even
was
that fight was
Lara
like,
was a good fighter.
But even that fight was like, bro, you barely got out of there.
I think that the that one against your boy Kovalev was weird. That was
That was a fake.
that was a fake fight.
That's what I'm saying. There's so much shit with him, man. It's like
That's cool, but again,
when
see,
is he giving you a real competitive fight that you wanted to see?
The difference between
When?
me and you and a lot of we're coming at it from a different perspective. I'm looking at sheer boxing ability a lot of the times. You're looking at a lot of the
But
surrounding
you're giving
stuff.
niggas credit for niggas fighting
I'm
bullshit
giving you
fighters.
credit for you giving Wilder credit. You just gave him credit for fighting bullshit fighters. You just did that.
I just said the man was undefeated until he fought a cheater.
No, you said
He fought a cheater.
when I said
and you're
he's
saying he's trash.
when I said he's
We've
trash,
been
you said so
saying
he's
that.
trash, but he knocked
We've
out.
been saying that, and he kept winning. We've been saying that. That
But he
ain't
was
nothing
still
new.
fighting bums.
I didn't think Ortiz was a bum, but he's old.
Ortiz had no chin.
He's
Zero.
old.
He has zero chin.
We'll see. Who's he about to fight? I think he's about to fight somebody decent.
It
too.
doesn't matter.
And if he wins, what you
It
gonna say?
doesn't matter. The heavyweight who?
Exactly. The heavyweight division's trash. Now that's what I'll say.
Yeah, the
So
heavyweight division's
that's
trash.
why Wilder can do that. He can just sit back and knock people out. And that's why if Fury comes in on the fair playing field, he might get his ass
right.
knocked out too.
He might. But until it happens, we gotta see it. At the end of the day, Fury's a better
Yeah.
boxer than Deontay Wilder. Sorry, all you Wilder fans, he is.
And Fury cheated his ass off and need to get that man a third fight.
There you go. But we can agree on the first part. I'll agree on the second.
Hold on, what'd you say the first part?
Wilder's a better. I'm sorry, Fury's a better boxer than
I
Wilder.
can't agree on that because I don't know how many times he cheated. I think he is, but I got to see him on the fair
So
play.
again, if they have the third fight, what you mean fair? If you think he
if they
cheated
have a
every
third
time,
fight and they check everything and he get through and he look good,
you just said
But
that
listen,
you just said Teddy Atlas said that you can have
yeah,
a
but
false
that
negative.
that doesn't mean that I'm gonna be like, oh no, he cheated again.
All right. Okay. There's gonna be nothing. There's gonna be nothing
Hey,
that no one can do to
we-
Wilder.
We knew this was gonna be bad
it's gonna be cheating.
even before we had our disagreement last week. We've been avoiding this topic. We've been avoiding it like shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a last time.
Bro, we've been talking over an hour, dog. Damn.
We just gotta put this joint up, the whole thing. We ain't gonna be able to cut this.
Rocket.
Just rock it.
All right. Well, let us know how y'all feel. Comment, subscribe.
Subscribe.
I'm-
Definitely put your comments in the comment. I know I'm gonna get blazed by all the wokey wokes, bro. All right, the woke niggas out there. What's up? I already know I'm gonna get blazed by y'all, but anyway, man, it's been real.
I'm tired, nigga.
Cue the outro.
Remaining undefeated, proving he is one of the elite champions of the sport today, and still